Zen meditation could really make you negative. Like, I did not want to make this book about the third part of the Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind by Shunryu Suzuki because it can make you really helpless. But I thought it's important because after some reflection on what's in the book, I was able to realize what's there, right? And it does make you negative if you don't understand what it means. So I will start the video with what made me think that it's super negative, and then towards the end we will try to understand what it actually meant, and I will give you my 2 cents or my perspective of how I understand the practice. So let's get into the video. So today we are discussing the third and final part of the book Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind by Shunryu Suzuki. And I don't know, I was hoping for some climax, some form of secret formula or something to the end of the books, right? Because we discovered so much, and when we came to this final part, I was hoping for something great, but it left me feeling helpless. It left me feeling slightly negative and hopeless. I think hopeless is the word because there is so much emphasis on the negative bit of it, or the nothingness aspect of it. They don't use the word negative, but the focus on nothing is so much in the book that you're forced to think, right? So, like, let me quote a few things that I read in the book, and I think that led to this feeling. So, one of them was that you don't need you don't need a philosophical or an intellectual understanding of of whatever the practice is. Like, you try to understand it, like I'm here reading a book about it, but then you get to know that there is nothing that is required, so you let go of that aspect. Second thing that I read in the book was the environment, the surrounding, the nature is ever changing, you know and when it is ever changing, the only way to become or to experience some pleasure in this reality is to just accept the impermanence and make peace with suffering. That's how you get pleasure in life. So that is one aspect. Like, we all know that change is there and change is permanent, lest everything is temporary. But to look at it in this way, that the book says that to make peace with suffering is the only way to live life, or to make peace with change. So that is another thing. Let go of body and mind. That's the third thing I read in the book. So you let go of your need to understand or intellectualize, then you let go of your entire surroundings, and then you let go of your body and mind. And it says that our true nature is beyond our conscious nature. So it's not even like whatever you're trying to achieve or the enlightenment that you're trying to achieve, it's not even like it's present in this consciousness, right? So when you let go of so many things, what are you truly aiming at? Like, what is it? What are you hoping for? Because everything that you know in this reality, or about yourself, about your being, about your reality, you just have to let go of everything, even the need to understand or intellectualize. So I think that's what made me very negative about the third part of the book. But I think after finishing the reading bit of it, what you have to do is you have to sit with it, you have to sit with yourself and then reflect back upon it. Because once you sit with yourself, you will realize that even in the third part of the book, there are some great metaphors that help you understand what they are saying. So when there is this nothingness in the book, what does it mean, nothingness? Or when they say let go of your body and mind, there's a beautiful example in the book that says that you have to be like a seed, right? So when a seed is planted and it has to grow, it is not taking any pressure, right? It is not on a deadline, it is not on a schedule, and it is not trying to be like some other plant. It is being true to itself, and it is going to go in its own journey, in its own time and space, and then become its unique self. It's not trying to be anything else. I think that's the purpose of the practice. So when you try to understand it with this metaphor, that is what the practice is demanding of you, that you need to let go of your need to intellectualize, philosophize, or you have to be a certain way, or when you stick to your body and mind, you will, like, you're just limiting yourself and you're not let yourself be. But the seed example really helps. So the second part that helped me from the book itself was there's so much use of the word nothing and the void, but you have to understand it. So how the book explains is it that the nothing has four parts to it. Nothing is actually something which can take the form of everything or anything for that matter, right? So that void or that something is called Buddha nature. Okay. And when it takes the form of something, like for example, this reality, then we call it Buddha. Okay. And the understanding of the fact that there is a Buddha nature and there is Buddha, it is called Dharma. Okay. And when you act with this understanding, it is called acting with Buddha or acting with Sangha, right? When you try to understand it like that there is a Buddha nature, when it takes a form, it is Buddha, and you are here practicing your Dharma and a part of Buddha, right? When you act according to that understanding. So this explanation from the book, right, really helped me let go of that nothingness that I was feeling or the negativity I was feeling. But it is still possible. Like the title of the video, what it says, that it could really make you negative. It is because when you're not understanding it or really not reflecting on what the book is about after you've read it, you will not understand it. It will make you super negative. So that's the point, right? And now coming to the enlightenment bits of it, because I was hoping for some climax in this book feels pretty anti-climax because they say that enlightenment is always there. It is in the present. It is there. It is not somewhere that you have to go and achieve it. Okay. It is right here. It is here in the present moment. And the book explains it with a beautiful example. Okay. So when there is a painter has already visualized what a painting is going to look like. And at every stage of the painting, he has a clear idea of what the end result is going to look like. So that means that the painting somewhere already exists in his mind. It exists in a reality. And it is always there in the present moment with the painter. And it is the same thing with the enlightenment bit. Okay. So enlightenment is always there when you just sit with yourself, when you just sit in the practice. And yeah, I mean, that's a beautiful way to look at enlightenment, right? Because if it's always there, the need to chase or the need to attain automatically goes. Just sit, that is enough. Literally, that is what the book says. Just sit, that is enough. And when there is this certain understanding, you will realize that it's always there. I think what I realized from this book is that a quiet discomfort is much better than fake clarity. So when you're sitting in your practice and that long hours of sitting or maybe everyday practice is making you feel numb or redundant or whatever, it is actually taking you closer. It is actually making you comfortable with that silence or the omnipresent silence, right? Because once you get comfortable with it, it's only then you will realize the true reality of the being. So I think without reflection, you would not be able to understand this book. And without reflection, you won't be able to understand the true meaning of it. I just wanted to share this perspective with you guys. And if you think it was interesting enough or if it brought you some value, I would just request you to hit like and subscribe. I post weekly reading updates from whatever I'm reading, and the books are usually about philosophy, psychology, culture. And yeah, give feedback.